What's up? What's up?
Hello.
What's going on? She's coming. She. What did you take out of here? Your water?
The quality H2O, as Bobby Boucher says.
Love it.
Love. So, we've got a live. It's about that time of the year we do a mental health check, and today we're going to focus it on the spring is coming. Bailey and I were just talking before we got. Susan, I didn't even know what spring is.
This is my sunburn. It's summertime. What are you talking about?
Bailey and I were just talking about that we haven't really had much of a winter. I know Andrea in Colorado hasn't had much of a winter. It's been pretty crazy, but with that,
I had a crazy winter.
yes, you did. Yeah, you got more crazy weather than we did up in the snowy parts of the world. So, even though the weather's been so weird, we're still seeing those same trends. We're still seeing that, first quarter slows down. It sucks. It's hard. Everybody loses money first quarter. And then all of a sudden we start getting into the second quarter and everybody loses their mind. And, our industry blows up, which, those are just natural trends. So on top of coming out of the mental health check from the winter and gearing up, we're going to start talking about how do you really prepare for the chaos? Because it's coming and there are a lot of things that you can do to prepare for them, but it seems like regardless how prepared you are, it's going to run you over.
Ready or not, here it comes.
Yeah. So,
Exactly.
we're excited about it, and anybody on the install side is stoked because you can get crews going and you've got orders going, you got money coming in, and, things are rolling. However, I know that when I was with a company previously, you still dreaded the spring. You're like, oh God, here it comes, So Bailey, you and Colby, who let her be in a spinny chair?
I'm just trying to find the best lighting.
You just the slow pan rotating was frying me.
So when we talk about a mental health check for Susan, we are currently, both of us are in Las Vegas loading up for demo days. And to say that the insanity has officially hit is an understatement. Oh my gosh, you and your mashed potato arms. Miss Mary Cobb. But Bailey, here you go. You know that it's coming. What are some things that you're doing to prep for that?
Yeah, so we honestly, our season kind of got off to a quicker start this year. We haven't even put a ton of advertising out there, and we've got at least a month's worth of jobs locked in, contracts sent and booked on the book so far.
Nice.
Really
Congratulations.
But that means that because we didn't do our first steps of okay, we're getting ads out there, we're starting the season, it started on us. So we were okay, we got to switch modes real quick from winter into let's hit the ground running,
Yeah. Are there any things you've done for Colby? Excuse Brian's weird shadow.
Ghost wandering through.
What are some things that you've done operation wise for Colby and for your internal team to prep for this?
Yeah, so we kind of did a reset on our whiteboard situation that we have with all of our jobs coming up. I got everything. I cleaned it. Listen, it starts as little as just cleaning out the office and getting just a fresh office to start the season. We got new shelves in the office to just kind of create less clutter and stuff like that and get stuff moving quicker. Like I said, I've got my whiteboard redone for the year. Well, not for the year, for it's starting to get done to start the year pretty much. But we've got all of our contracts sent out. We're getting our job calendar more tuned in week to week. We have a lot of people who are they say, well, I'm moving in May 1st and I really would like the fence done before then. So we're doing a lot of more meticulous scheduling and stuff this year too. So it's just this year we're really focusing on keeping organization from the start pretty much.
Absolutely. Which, naturally kind of starts to fall by the wayside. But prepping for it in the downtime and prepping for it, in the winter is actually key, because you're not trying to stay on top of it in already built chaos. So good job on that. So Andrea, you're coming at it from a little bit different standpoint. Obviously you help Cole and Dalton with High Point. You have a full-time job outside of that. And I mean by that is Women of FWA. And then you have another job that
I have 10 jobs. It's fine.
Yeah. Then you have a job that actually pays you. And then you have the most challenging, rewarding job of being a mom.
Yeah.
And I know that being a mom during the busy time of year turns out to be a single mom situation when you're married to someone that's in the field.
Absolutely. And I would never change it.
Yeah.
I don't mind the single mom days. If all I have to do is worry about him getting home, him saying goodnight to the kids, and off to bed he goes.
Yeah. And I will tell you, living that life and enjoying those single mom stages, it really seems that the chaotic time of year is easier when they're gone, and you tend
100%.
to want to stay married.
100%.
So we'll just throw it out there. So balancing all of that and balancing being a mom and all the things that that are coming at you, what are some things that you're doing to prep not only the High Point team, but your family?
We all know I love my organization. I've got a family calendar that I share between my husband and my mom, so we all are on the same page of, if Cole's going to be out of town for work, I need to know that I've got backup as far as childcare if those days fall on days that I'm working at the hospital. We have a bid calendar that I keep updated so that I know where I am at to make sure bids get sent off in a timely manner. And then that goes back to the office and then to the guys. So
I love that. So yeah, for those that don't know, Andrea actually does a big chunk of the big commercial bidding for High Point on top of the 17 other jobs that she's appointed. And that does not include being a mom. That does also include taking them lunch and taking them materials and taking care of Cole. And then you add Dalton on top of it. I mean, those are full-time jobs by themselves. So
Michaela and I, man.
Those boys would be so lost without the two of you. I know Women of FWA would be lost without the two of you. So I couldn't imagine the guys, when we're oh, we're going to take you guys away for the retreat in June. They're probably all borderline freaking out already.
Maybe.
Do we care?
Oh, he won't let me know if that's really stressing him out.
Yeah, we're trying to get Cole to come down to demo days next week. Because Andrea's going to be down there. So
that time being away, Bo's in school. You're going to have to figure out that part, buddy.
Yeah. And
I'm the one who's typically taking him to school, or my mom or his mom is taking them if I'm not available. So. And
you guys have such a great tribe at home and your support at home, which I absolutely love. Your guys' husbands, don't ever tell them I said this because I will call you a liar. They are amazing when it comes to you guys doing, the stuff with Women of FWA and these events. So to have that support, it is pretty cool. What's up, Susan?
I tell you to call James after this podcast.
Oh my God. Why? What? I don't even know what's going on. Okay. Yes, I was told. And now you just said that because James just jumped on.
I just wanted to make sure I didn't forget. Mental health check.
Okay. So let's get into Susan. So everybody that's been watching social media knows that Susan and I are currently in Las Vegas prepping and packing for demo days, which this is a whole new challenge for the team. I'm brand new to this. This is new to me. On top of this is the first remote event that, the shop's not right down the street to pick stuff up if we forgot. So there's been a lot of meetings, a lot of coordination. My favorite thing in the world are lists with inventories and quantities. Susan's is not. We've determined that. So there's been some adjustment, but Susan, not only that, but even on our side of things are, yes, they're busy right now. We have demo days next week, but it also really starts to amp up getting ready and preparing for the retreat and the fun show during the same time of year. So what are some things that you're doing?
I'm drinking less. I mean,
That's
more.
good.
I mean less.
More water, less
I don't
alcohol,
know.
or less water, more alcohol?
Maybe less beer because of the calories, more vodka.
Yeah. There you go. There you go. That sounds better.
No, in real life, like when I turn off, I do everything I can to just completely shut off. Have realistic expectations, like, okay, I know I'm gonna have to work late today because everybody's on Vegas time. So just preparing everybody for, hey, like Tuesdays are hard and Wednesdays are hard, right? Like, but Thursdays, that's my time. Just preparing for stuff like that.
And checking out, I know for every single one of us on this team will tell you that's probably some of the hardest things for us to do. We have group text messages when mine work, nonstop, doesn't matter. We stay in communication, Brian calls, doesn't matter. There's calls, text, and it just takes me 2 seconds. So taking that time and making sure to check out and redirect and kind of reset for the next day is so important. So one of the things I kind of want to bring up when we talk about the busy time of year, I think that people and organizations miss the biggest message during this time of year, and it's that chaos exposes the cracks. So Bailey, like you said, this year you went through and like cleaned the office and redid the boards and got some different shelving and redid, the way you're scheduling. So do you agree with that saying?
Yeah, I mean, it definitely makes sense because, like, if you're in the thick of it and like stuff's hitting the fan, you can blatantly see where you fell through. Like, yeah, the cracks, obvious. You know what I mean? Like, then you can pinpoint where you're like, oh God, let's patch this up real quick, and then streamline it better next time.
Yeah. So making sure to do reviews at the end of the season and keep your notes on, your problem jobs or problem situations. And then, we all want to be like, whew, we survived this season. We don't want to think about it again, and forget to circle back around to start changing processes or procedures or trying to come up with better ways to streamline, the situations. And so even though you're putting a patch on it in the current season, that doesn't mean that patch is going to last full all the time. You've got to fix it. Mm-hmm. Andrea, so when it comes to your state of mind, we have a tendency. Yes, Susan.
Veronica, what do you do? You're not, you are part of this crew. You're part of this team. We all do things a little bit different. What is something that you do in preparation for, because our busy season is a little bit different, but nonetheless, you've lived all the different lives.
Mm-hmm. It's really a matter of review. Go back through what's worked, what hasn't worked. I'm constantly making notes of different ways to improve things for the next go. This year is something all new for me, for 8.5 years, being with an installation company and a supplier is totally different than the role that I'm in now, which is a challenge for me. So making sure that I'm writing down those notes, making sure that I'm trying to be as prepared as possible, even though Susan, again, hates all of that. It's working and just making sure.
I just need to clarify to the world. I don't hate organization. I love it.
That's true.
But we're not speaking the same language yet as a team, right? When you add new people in, that's a problem. Like Brian speaks his own alien language that like we all have to decipher. And then from there, we have to create processes. But like I create a spreadsheet and Veronica doesn't understand it. And Veronica creates a spreadsheet and I don't understand it. And then Letty creates a spreadsheet and none of us understand it. So we're still learning each other's language. So we're in that growing pain stage where we're having to learn each other's language. But I don't I don't know what that has to do necessarily with like mental health check. I think it was just me needing to clarify that I'm not anti-organization.
But these are all part of that goes into having a mental health check, and things that weigh on you when you're put into new situations or you're put into chaotic situations. Is this all plays in it? So that's going to kind of take me to my next part is, Andrea, how often do you have to check yourself on how you're thinking about the chaos versus to remind yourself that, you know what, this is a good problem to have. It's a good reason to be busy. We can fix this, and I'm a badass and can do it.
You should have just asked her how she checks herself before she wrecks herself.
Every day.
Yep.
Every day. I start my day out with a to-do list, and that's how I go about it, because if I don't write it down, it won't get done. That goes for working the bids into my day. Oh, I have this bid due this day by this time. That's at the top of my priority list for that day or the day before, so it's not sent to the minute or the second.
Right.
I don't know. Some them have been to the seconds, like, oh shit, I forgot this, this, and this.
And then you got the guys going, hey, did we get this bid in? Where's our bid tab? How did that go? Yeah. So do you focus more just, I guess, on overall progress and perfection during that time of year, just to make sure that, you know, mental health wise, you're not drowning yourself?
Yeah. It goes back to the list. If I make a mental note of things, then I know that my stress for that day will be a little bit less because I've written it down. And then I know I have tasks to look forward to get done.
So how many times have you written a list and you end up working on something that's not on the list? So you write it down just so you can check it off.
Yep. Yep.
Now, did I accomplish anything else on the list for the day? Absolutely not.
No.
But if you look at my task list, there were things accomplished.
Exactly.
Yep.
It's all about that check mark that says, oh, I did that today.
Yeah. Yeah,
And
I
that's all you
absolutely.
can ask for, especially when it comes to mental health. You have to think of the things that you accomplished versus the things that are like, oh, dang, I didn't get to this today,
Yes.
but I did this, this, and this instead.
And I will tell you, from my experience, there is really nothing more exhausting than leaving at the end of the day and feeling like you accomplished nothing. Yeah, I mean, gosh, she's acting like we have something going on next week. But I mean, it's exhausting and it's mental, you know, and you've got the pressure of the guys in the field and you've got the pressure of their families at home and you've got the pressure of owners and you've got the pressure of house payments and your own bills and everything else. And to have all of that during a chaotic time where, you know, your cortisol level is off the charts, and to leave and feel like you accomplished nothing is so hard. And there's times where you reach out to your girlfriends or you reach out to somebody on this team and say, help. You know, Andrea and I had a conversation not too long ago about, you know, what all do you handle for High Point? She kind of shrugged and was like, what? Nothing. I don't know. And then, so she wrote me a list, and it was a good reminder of, you know, how vital she is to that, as well as keeping up with stuff at home and, you know, working at the hospital, which is a whole new level of responsibilities and chaos.
Yeah.
I can imagine.
Those are days that I have had days working at the hospital where I left that day going, I didn't do what I needed to do, but my patients are taken care of.
Yes.
So I could care less if my patients' rooms are stocked or the nurses' carts are stocked, as long as my patients were fed, bathed, dressed, their basic tasks for the day were taken care of.
And sometimes it really just gets down to the basics. You know, it's doing that bare minimum ends up to be 130%. You know, that's just the way that it goes. And that's in any industry. So One of the things I learned about myself a long time ago was having 30 minutes, and I am horrible about this now, having 30 minutes before I leave for work to drink coffee and just chill. I had to when my kids were little. Like I just, it was not up for negotiation. Bailey, do you have anything similar to that? Like you tell Colby, don't talk to me, and you kick the dogs out of the room. And I mean, I know that if you could stop Colby from talking to you all day, that would be ideal, but
I mean, it's kind of, I mean, I do definitely like prioritize my time alone to get everything I need to get done. It's really hard for me to do like a lot of my office work and stuff when Colby's here, or I need to be in that mindset of like I'm alone, it's time to work, and I can knock out a whole day's worth of work on my computer in my office and not really have to worry about it. The dogs, however, don't really care, as you can see.
they want to share your chair. And
Yeah, he's just here pretty much all the time, which is okay. But it's
So-
mainly just him.
yeah, for your downtime for just you before the work gets started, do you start your day off with that quiet time? Do you have to end your day with that quiet time?
I like quiet time throughout my whole day.
Like I said, if you could go without Colby talking to you,
Right. But honestly, like I really, if I'm like at home in my office doing office work and everything, I prefer to get my home chores out of the way first before I step into my office. So like I want to put my headphones on and listen to my audiobook or something while I'm doing my dishes for the first 30 minutes of the day. I want to get my laundry folded and put away before I start going ham on office work and staring at a computer all day, you know, and then I don't have to worry about doing my chores at the end of the day, and then I can just be done at the end of the day.
I like
Right.
that. Susan, what about you?
Oh yeah, I'm up at 5:30, coffee in hand by 5:45, and then just like sitting there watching news or reading a book until about 6:30, and then the day starts. And then at the end of the day, just a simple cup of coffee, then a little bit of TV or a book, and then off to bed. I have to have the reset.
What about you, Andrea? Are you scheduling that time in the morning before the kids get up, or is it everybody's in bed by 7:30 and don't talk to me?
I am a night owl, so my downtime is at night after the dog, the husband, and the children are in bed. I will clean my house and sit down and watch an episode or two of my show. Right now, that episode or two of my show is me also completing my EMT continuing.
Woo-hoo.
And so it's been not so much like about me, but it's quiet, and that's what I need, especially having two children under 6 that are wild. So
Absolutely.
yeah.
And you, Dee, what's your morning and night routine? I know you said you take it, but like, what do you actually do? You said you're not as good about it. So what do you do for you?
So my kids, when my kids were younger, it was definitely that morning. I had to have it in the morning before they got up for school and trying to get everybody to where they were. I have turned into a night owl in the last several years, and having that time in the evening where I can growl at James if he needs or wants something, because I'm like, nope, not doing it. Because I'm usually just so mentally exhausted and already trying to prepare for the next day, but not really prepare, trying to that checkout. And there's times that I'm really good at it, and there's times I'm not, because then there's times where he's like, hey babe, I need paper towels. And I'm like, why does everybody call me only when they need something? Like, why does everybody call me? I want. I'm like, oh, so I'm not always great at it, but I try. And he's pretty good about it, being like, oh, there goes the switch. There's no more. So one of the things that I actually found that in regards to this that I found to be so interesting is it says in your notebook, your front page, you should only have your top 3 priorities per day. Now, the page behind it can be your full list of all the shit, right? anything, everything, fold the laundry, send out bids, pick up kids, well, I guess that should be, picking up kids should probably be in the top 3, but
Oh, leave them at school is fine.
it's good. But I found that to be really interesting because that's not the way my brain works.
Mm-mm.
Have any of you guys tried something similar to that, or are you going to try it this year?
I haven't tried it, but it sounds like it would be beneficial. I have an issue like honing in on what needs to be done immediately. Like I see it. Whenever I have like a million things to do, I see a million things I have to do, and then you go, God, where do I start? And then half the time I end up just shutting down and not starting anything, which is
it's
so
getting
irritating.
that paralyzed,
Mhm.
being task paralyzed, especially if you're ADHD it's a legit thing. It's serious.
Yeah. A lot of that happens for me because I also have 2 other jobs in addition to this. So on a day that I have to go to my jobs in the evening, I go, oh God, I don't have a morning, so I'm just not going to do anything, instead of just knocking out a couple tasks before I go to work. It doesn't have to be all of them, but it could be a few.
Correct.
But I always flip that switch like, oh, I have to work tonight, so I can't work this morning. It's a hard thing to knack.
Yeah, it's Andrea, what do you think about that? I know you're a big list person, like I am. How do you feel about just having a list of your top 3 priorities for the day that you know what, if I don't want to accomplish anything else, I have to get these top 3 done?
I would find it beneficial. Unfortunately, I would not be able to do that because that's not how my brain works. I'd have to rewire it a little bit for it to work that way, but for the right person, that's probably a good starting place because then they have something to go to bed at night and say, I did these 3 things today. Everything else can wait. I'll pick 3 things of those to do the next day and so on and so forth until their list feels complete to them.
Right. What do you think about that, Susan? I know you're a big list person too. Anybody that's been on a meeting with you, we see you flipping through the iPad and writing on sticky notes and, 17 different notebooks. At one point you had 7 calendars, not electronic.
Correct. And alarms. I'm a big fan of alarms that tell me what's going to happen at this time.
Oh yeah, me too.
So for me, it's not really a list that's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with a square next to it and a check mark. Like you said, it's a sticky note here, it's a sideway written note there, and if it's just not crossed out, that's how I know it's not done. So no, you can't give me 3 tasks only and tell me those are the most important.
Right. So here is the last big chunk that we're going to leave with everybody today is it's okay to give yourself permission to be in season mode. We know it's going to be chaotic. Don't act surprised. It's, it's a season of balance. It is a season of kind of putting out fires. It is not a season of perfection. Your season of perfection is wrapping stuff up and making sure that you are making the changes and preparing, getting policies and procedures into place that actually work before the chaos actually hits. Temporary insanity is okay. Don't live there. Don't unpack your bags and stay there. Temporary sanity is okay. And just giving yourself some grace, change the way that you're thinking about it. This is normal this time of year. This is the same thing every year. Or, okay, now it's time we really need to address these cracks in the foundation so we stop repeating the same issues over and over and over. There was one other one I want to pull up. Here's a couple quotes that I actually found today is growth season always feels messy. So again, if temporary insanity is okay, but if this is something that is constant and feels messy, yeah, it's time to fix it.
Exactly.
You don't have to have it all together. You just need to keep showing up and leading, being there for your team, being an example, being there for your family, and making sure that you are taking the time for yourself and your own mental health before you can take care of everybody else's. And don't take on the entire world's problems that you have no control over. So love, love, love.
And
Bailey, any last minute mental health, any tips, tricks, things you do as we amp up for the season?
I mean, you kind of like said it a little bit in that, but like it's just to give yourself a little bit of grace, especially with starting up into the crazy, you know. Like you said, don't live there. Just let's get it started up. Let's keep the train moving, and just kind of get through day by day. That's what I had to do, is just get through it, just get through the day, and then to the next day and to the next day. That's pretty much it for me.
And it seems like the seasons go faster and faster the longer you're in the industry. You know the train's about to run you over. You don't know if it's really a light at the end of the tunnel or the train. You just know it's coming at you. And it seems like every year it comes faster and faster. Andrea, last minutes, tips, tricks, thoughts, mental health as we gear up.
You can't fill somebody else's cup when your cup is empty.
Facts.
So you have to pour into yourself, whether that be completing those 3 tasks, taking 30 minutes to an hour of time for yourself, just doing something for you. But you can't fill someone else's cup when yours is empty.
Well, speaking of that, we're going to help fill everybody's cup that is attending the Women of FWA retreat in June. So if you need some help filling that cup, registration is open on thefenshow.com under events. We do have some spots still open. It is limited. When they're sold, they're sold. So we're super, super excited. Absolutely, Mary. That's a fact. I called my parents liars when they told me that, and I've apologized a lot. Susan, what about you?
Honestly, no, I don't. I think great advice from both of these ladies. I just want to thank you for forcing me to come on, because this is the first time I sat down today.
All right, so let's go through some of the details of what we have going on next week. Susan, what's up with all the chaos floating around here?
I will be in Florida on Sunday. If you would like to come set up your booth or help us set up booths on Monday, we'll be at 23 Acre Farms in Asatula, Florida at 7 a.m. But for those of you who are attending and want to come enjoy the demos and participate in the events, all the games, meet Veronica, meet me, meet Michaela. Unfortunately, Bailey won't be able to make it this year, but don't worry, we'll get her there next year.
Andrea will be there.
Maybe
Up there.
yes, up there. Maybe we should get a cutout of Bailey, and you could take a photo of badass Bailey at demo days.
I would absolutely love that.
And I have an idea.
No, that's horrible.
I love it. You'd be like this,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's great. We've got the Bailey pictures with you in your purple dress and your hair up in a messy bun.
Yeah.
We've got it. Lord knows there are plenty of pictures that we've got floating around here that, you would absolutely love if we printed out life size.
Hey, that was fun.
But yeah,
So
March 26th and 27th, you can register at fenshow.com under DD26. Last week I said DD24. Guess what? They both work. So that's a free code that gets you into the show floor. And it also gets you into education. So your ticket covers everything. Just let us know, because we'd like to kind of know. I mean, is what it is. But come on. We got some good education happening by ADC. Finn's Empire is sponsoring the Women of FWA booth. So we're excited about that. Come by and see them. They'll be there. Just lots of great exhibitors, great people. Hashtag, we're saying Finn's fam a lot. I saw a lot of Finn's fans in there. So that's
Finn's fam.
That's the new trending lingo of the kids these days.
So there's also some gate operator training that is starting early. There is a spot for that when you registered that you want to attend that. It does cover what we will be going through and kind of an overall of that education. That's included with your registration. Come get your hands on some tools. Come get your hands on some products, some stuff that you just cannot do on a showroom floor. And come see what Demo Days is about, because it's nothing the industry has seen yet, but we've got it. So thank you to all 3 of you for jumping on. I'm glad, Bailey, you called. And Bailey, we're going to miss you next week. You will see us. You'll see Michaela, Susan, and myself next week on location at Demo Days. For our live, we'll do a quick Pan. Andrea's not going to be there till Wednesday, but she's going to jump. I think she's going to try to jump on the live remote. So you guys will see plenty of us on social media. Keep an eye out. It's going to be a good time. We cannot wait to see everybody. Come see us at Women of FWA and floating around the showroom. And thanks, guys, so much for the mental health check.